everyone! Welcome to this summer video. I'm going to talk about our summer plans this next school year for the 2024-2025 school year. My son is going to be in first grade, so I'm so excited about summertime. But we have about 5 weeks left, or so about a month left. We're doing really good. We're pretty much on track. We might even be a little ahead in social studies, and I think that's the only one actually. We're a little ahead on social studies, so I'm just excited to be done. For summer, I just wanted to kind of get on here and kind of talk about what my plans are and how I want to spend our summer. I do want to keep some subjects going lightly, and also I have like a fun little bucket list of fun things that we can do. So let me first start with subjects that I want to continue to do over the summer, just to make sure that my son has it in his mind and he doesn't forget. One of the weaknesses I would say that he has had is math, but in particular addition and subtraction. For the summer, I got this book. It's called Addition Facts That Stick, and I just plan to go through this with him through the summer. This is not a curriculum at all. Actually, this Kate Snow, she's the one that does Math with Confidence. She does that curriculum, and we don't use that curriculum. We use Singapore math, but I looked into her book and it has great reviews, and I kind of looked through it and saw the way she does math. It's like mental math, and you can visualize it with the 10 frame cards. I really liked that. We use 10 frame cards in the Singapore Dimensions curriculum, but not as much as she does, where he can really visualize it and keep that in his mind for when he thinks of addition in his head. So I don't know, I want to try this and see. I think this will be really helpful. So I'm going to go through this, maybe one lesson a day, which shouldn't take long at all, maybe 10 minutes or less. So that's that. And then another thing I wanted to continue practicing with him is his penmanship, because that's another thing that he's not too strong with. I think he's done it so good. He's improved a lot, but I was thinking of using this curriculum that he never finished, because it was like 3 different books that was orange with handwriting without tears. So that's what that looks like. And he was using this for pre-K, and this is not even like halfway used up. Let me see where he left off. He left off on page 22. See, that is blank. So he has a good chunk of the rest of this that he can use and continue to practice his penmanship. Now, the main thing that I'm looking forward to is reading. I want to do read alouds, and I printed this free book list that was recommended by, let me see if I see the name on here. It was a podcast that I listened to called Homeschool Made Simple. That's the name of the podcast. And I cannot remember the woman's name who put this together, but I'll try to put it in here in the video. But this is a really cool list of just, there was a lot of books on this list that we had already, and so I thought, okay, we must have like mine, so let me print this, and so that way I could get the other books that she recommends. She starts with younger years. There's a list for younger years. Then there's children's classics. And even though I had some of the books on here, there's quite a bit that I did not have. So I just look forward to little by little buying some of these books, or maybe getting them from the library and reading them with my son. So I just wanted to share that that this is something I printed out. I'll try to link it in the description if I can. And then these are some read alouds that I want to do. So we had started Little House in the Big Woods, and when we first started this, we started strong. My son really liked it and enjoyed it. There was a lot of funny stories in here. We're getting near little past halfway, and it's now starting to, I feel like I have to kind of pull teeth a little bit here. Like, he doesn't really want to read it. I think he's kind of over it, and he's kind of lost interest a little bit. But I do want to finish it just so that he can learn how to finish what he starts. And I enjoy it, and I know a lot of people enjoy this book too, and I think he can get into it. And that way we can even move on to the other books that I think he will enjoy even more. So there's that I want to finish over the summer. There's also The Wind in the Willows that we started. Here's the bookmark. So I would say about close to halfway. This is another one that he will listen, but I think the wording, it's a little advanced for his age, and so I think it goes over his head a little bit. Even for myself, I feel like it goes over my head a little bit, and I'm like, what does this mean? Like, what are they saying? This is English? There's just a lot that I have to look up, a lot of words I have to look up the definitions for. But yeah, it's a beautiful book. The illustrations are just gorgeous. I love the illustrations, and it's so funny, and it's very witty. There's depth to it. It's just, I love it. I love this book. I can see why it's such a classic and why so many people like it. So I do want to finish this as well, along with Little House in the Big Woods. On top of that, if we do get through it and we can add on another one, would like to get into Heidi. I watched the movie, actually, Heidi, years ago. Before I even had kids, and I didn't even think to read the book or anything, but I watched the movie and I loved it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this book, and hey, maybe I'll watch the movie with my son when we're done. Okay, so that is the read alouds that I want to do. On top of read alouds, I would love to go to the library, more his level, where he can do some more of like the independent reading, so he can read it on his own. Another thing I would like for him to do is, he has not touched that keyboard for this whole past year. He used to take lessons, but he stopped. That's just another story. But I would like for him to kind of get back on just practicing a little bit, getting his fingers on those keyboards, and just kind of, not like self-teach, but like we have this book and he can look at the notes and play the notes and play the little songs on there. They're really simple and easy, and I know with my help he can definitely do it. So I was thinking if he just does like 5-10 minutes, maybe not even every day, but a few days out of the week, that would be a nice goal to have. Now for the fun stuff. So I printed out this really cool summer bucket list, and what I did was I just typed on Pinterest summer bucket list blank, because on Pinterest or online you'll see obviously a lot of ideas, which are awesome. I still looked at those for ideas, but I wanted it blank because I wanted to write in my own. And so this is what it looks like filled out. Actually, I have one more left, but I pretty much filled it out, our summer bucket list. I thought this was really cute. And so I'll just kind of read through what I have here. One of them is a DIY cold or frozen treat. So like a popsicle or frozen chocolate covered fruit like banana or strawberry. I want to learn how to make an agua fresca, and I want my son to help me with that. And I've never made an agua fresca, so I think that would be so refreshing and delicious and really fun to do. We have a pool, so I put swimming and pool. That's something that obviously it will be so easy to check off this list, and hopefully he'll be in the pool all summer long. Kind of going along with the pool, this kind of goes hand in hand, but I wrote down barbecue with family and friends. So I would like to have at least a few friends over, family over, and so we can host a barbecue for them. Another one is the beach. My husband loves the beach, and he is a fish. He will be in the water from the moment we get in till the time we leave. He won't even, like, he'll just get out just to eat, and that's it. Like, he's in the water the whole time. So I already know, like, every year it's an easy thing. We're going to the beach. But another thing that I really want to do is camping. And so I still need to book the trip, but I'm looking into it at the moment, and I really, at the beginning of the summer, would love to go camping, even if it's just for a night or two. I know that's like not long at all, but I have a 1.5-year-old, and I think the trip would be more pleasant if it wasn't too long or too far from us. So yeah, I still would like to have that experience though, and I think that even my baby will love it. And so another thing I wrote on the list, which kind of goes hand in hand with the camping, is hiking. I see, my husband loves the beach. Me, I love anything woods, hiking, trees. I that's just my jam. And so I am hoping that we can camp somewhere kind of woodlandy, and then we can also hike. Another thing that kind of goes along with that is stargazing. I would like to do some stargazing. I love looking at the stars. Where we live, we have a lot of smog and pollution and lights, and so we don't see the stars very clearly where we live. But I was thinking if we go camping, we can see them. But also, even if we don't stargaze while we're camping, we do have a telescope, and so we haven't yet used it, and I would really love to use it at least for one night. Or obviously, the more we use it, the better. I would love to look at the stars up close. Okay, so those are like kind of the main things, and I did try to fill it up. And I didn't want like a really long list because I want it to be a little more practical, and I do want to check this stuff off. Like, I don't want to have 100 things, you know, on the list and then like only do half of them. Like, I'd rather have a shorter list and then really check them off and really feel like, oh, we accomplished the fun stuff too. But I did try to fill this out, and so I put boba on here. This is something that we don't get it all the time, but you know, we get it once in a while. However, I was thinking for the summer bucket list to try a new spot, and just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting and exciting. And you know, it's good to try a new spot just to see if maybe you'll like, you know, their recipe a little better. You might find a new gem. So I put boba down for that, to try to find a new spot. I also put theater or drive-in. I thought it would be nice to take at least my older son and maybe get a babysitter for the baby, but take him to see at least one movie at the theater. I think he would really love that. I also wrote down baseball game. This, I'm not sure if we would be able to do it, but my husband and my son, they love baseball. They love sports, and they've gone to games before. He's taken them to a game before, and I thought that would be nice. I know they would enjoy it if they were to go to a baseball game. I also wrote down farmer's market at least once, and just I would love to get raw local honey and obviously lots of berries and local fruit and vegetables. Another thing that I put on here, kind of like an obvious thing, but I put it on here anyway, was to go to the library. Yeah, self-explanatory. Another thing I put on here that I thought would be really nice, and I would like to surprise my husband, is to make a craft. I put craft for dad, and just something that my boys, even my baby, can maybe do like a handprint or footprint or something, and make it like just like this memorable like a gift to their dad, to tell him thank you. Something that he will remember too, like how small their hands or feet was. I think that would be nice. And lastly, I put complete a chapter book, because hey, that could be fun and that can be enjoyable for the family. So, you know, hopefully we'll complete one of the ones that I mentioned, like Little House, Wind in the Willows, or Heidi, and we'll be able to check that off. So that was all that I have here on this list, and I think that's everything. I think I covered everything. So if there is any questions or something that you would like more detail on, or where to find any of these links, I'll try to put them in the description box. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that everybody has a lovely and fun summer. Bye.